Have you ever looked at the stars and felt a deep, almost magical connection? What if I told you about a boy who didn't just look at the stars, but decided to build a bridge to reach them? This isn't a fairy tale. It's the story of Leo, a young dreamer in a small, quiet town where the nights were ink black and the stars were the only streetlights. Leo wasn't like the other kids. While they played soccer in the dusty fields, he would be in his makeshift workshop, a cluttered corner of his family's garage, tinkering with old radios, broken clocks, and anything he could find with wires and gears. His biggest obsession, light. He believed that light was more than just something that helped you see in the dark. To him, light was a language, a form of energy that connected everything in the universe. His town was famous for one thing: the deep, dark chasm that split it in two. The old stone bridge had crumbled decades ago, and no one ever bothered to rebuild it. The chasm was a symbol of their isolation, a physical reminder of things lost and connections broken. People on one side rarely interacted with those on the other, but Leo saw it differently. He saw it as a blank canvas. One night, looking at the brilliant river of the Milky Way stretching across the sky, an incredible idea sparked in his mind. What if he could build a bridge not of stone or steel, but of pure light? People laughed. Of course, his friends called him Starlight Leo, and not always in a kind way. His parents worried, seeing him spend countless hours sketching bizarre diagrams and collecting jars of fireflies, mirrors, and lenses. "It's just a silly dream, son," his father would say gently. But Leo was determined. He studied everything he could about optics, physics, and energy. He learned how light bends and reflects, how prisms split white light into a rainbow, and how powerful lasers work. His small workshop slowly transformed. It was filled with diagrams of parabolic mirrors, calculations for energy sources, and dozens of prototypes that fizzled, sparked, and failed. There were many moments of doubt, nights when he felt like giving up, feeling the weight of the town's skepticism and the chasm's dark silence. Then came the night of the annual meteor shower, an event the whole town gathered to watch. This was his moment. As dusk settled, Leo wheeled his strange contraption to the edge of the chasm. It was a bizarre assembly of giant mirrors, powerful custom-built lamps powered by salvaged solar panels, and a complex array of lenses. A hush fell over the crowd as he began his work, aligning mirrors and focusing beams. He flipped a switch. A single, powerful beam of white light shot out from his side of the chasm, hitting a precisely placed mirror on the other side. Then another beam joined it, and another, and another. They crisscrossed, reflected, and weaved together in the darkness. He wasn't just shining lights. He was sculpting them. Using his knowledge, he manipulated the beams to create a solid-looking, shimmering structure. It looked like a suspension bridge, complete with glowing cables and a radiant walkway, all woven from pure, brilliant light. The townspeople gasped. It was breathtaking. The bridge pulsated with a gentle energy, casting a warm, ethereal glow that pushed back the darkness. It didn't just span the physical chasm. It seemed to mend the very spirit of the town. For the first time in generations, people from both sides saw each other not as strangers across a divide, but as neighbors bathed in the same beautiful light. Leo's Bridge of Light became a legend. It wasn't a permanent structure you could walk on, but it appeared every year during the meteor shower, a reminder of what one boy's impossible dream could achieve. It taught them that some bridges aren't for crossing with your feet, but with your heart, and that sometimes the most powerful connections are the ones forged from nothing but passion, courage, and a little bit of light. So, what's your bridge of light? What impossible idea is waiting in the back of your mind? Leo's story shows us that with enough curiosity and determination, we can illuminate the darkest chasms in our world and in our lives. Thanks for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with another dreamer. See you next time.